We're live.
And what?
Alright, what up guys? It's PKS Blaze here. PKS Sylveon in the background featuring.
Hi guys.
And we're going to be doing just a little bit of OU today. First video for the channel, so we'll see how it goes. We are using a team that I sort of built around sub DD Dragapult, just because it's like the god set. And just like in 6-0 so many teams. So I tried to get the Dragon Steel Fury core around it without using Tapu Fini for once, and it turns out I can't use a Fury that isn't Tapu Fini. So we basically just built a special physical wall around it. So I mean, Heat Drain gives us that Steel typing. They just balance each other so well, and then we've got Mandibuzz because it's just like the goat for physical walls. His Foul Play to remove things like Garchomp that can basically single-handedly wreck Depult and Heatran by itself. Swampert for another special wall, so to speak, because like I sort of really gelled with Swampert being my special wall of late in OU. Mainly with this is generally a variation of this set. Scald for burns, flip turn for pivot, rocks. Sometimes I use toxic in there, but it's just like it can just wall so much. You keep it away from a grass move. This is such a good mon. And we've got Weaver because I sort of always debate between Swords Dance and Choice Band, but like it's damage off the bat. Like there's not a lot that can switch into this with its moveset. Like you can just spam knock off and get rid of items and do massive damage at the same time, as well as having priority and a very strong Ice Shard. So like it's between this and Heatran and Slowking, you can pretty much just wall any kind of grass threat to Swampert. So like I've found that this 5 just sort of forms a core by itself, and then you kind of just end up having sub DD Pult on the outside to just do what sub DD Pult does and just end teams. So yeah, that's generally always the goal, is just to remove anything like a Clefable or a Mandibuzz that can wall sub DD Pult, and then wait until they click X basically. So yeah, let's get into some battles. Okay, so Sun. Sun's instantly good. You hope they lead Torkoal. Like, you can pretty much lead Dragapult against a Torkoal and win. I mean, it's probably Scarf, so that changes things. So probably U-turns. It's not really a free sub. Like, with Sheer Force, it can do a lot of damage. You sort of just... I always want to assume that it's Scarfed. So it'll move first. So I'm just going to spam Flare Blitz. Just put the recoil. Sub again. It's not Scarfed. Okay, so he went to Torkoal. So that's good for us. That's really good for us. So it just gives us a chance to Dragon Dance on him, basically. I think he has to, and he's going to set rocks on us, which is even worse for him. I think he has to be max special attack to actually break the sub with a Lava Bloom in the sun. So we Dragon Dance one more time, and like we outspeed Venusaur in the sun, like without a Fable or a Mandibuzz. Dragapult's just doing damage. That's fine. That's fine. You broke our sub. Now we're just gonna keep clicking DD basically. What has he got? Nothing. Gonna bring that back in. Sub on that. Okay, so that tells us it's probably max special attack. So what have you got? I mean, I can pretty much. He has no priority, so I can pretty much just afford to sub out his sun turns. And hurt him. Okay, that's unideal in that aspect, but he shouldn't be able to break sub without the sun. Yeah. It gives us what we need to just. Because Porco is bulky physically. He basically just like, unless you're like a retard, like he's gonna try and reset his sun for Venusaur, but like sun only gives Venusaur a +2 boost, so we've already got a +2 boost with Dragon Knot, so Dragapult just outspeeds it. Okay, so we'll just Phantom Force. I think it's super effective, so it's just gonna kill it. Like unless you got Sash on something, which I mean, he'd only really have Sash on Venusaur, but he hasn't brought it in straight away to be able to like take advantage of that before it's too late. Like look at him, he's sitting there right now like, oh shit. Like it's game bro, yeah, see. Game. And so that's the idea, like obviously anyone who knows sub DD Pult like extensively knows that it pretty much 6-0 Sun by itself. So yeah, that's the idea of the team. As you can see, though, we're only mid 1300, so we're not high ladder yet. But this is the only actual team I've put onto the computer of late. Wow, that's a different looking team. Here's many Stealth Rock options. Here's a Volt Switch option in Zero Aura. I feel like Extra Drill is his lead for Stealth Rocks, but it also pressures a lot of my team. So I feel like we go Weavile and Pressure was a knockoff. Yeah, so we outpace this. I might go Swampert. I could hit it with a low kick or a knockoff. I mean, if it's Sash, we kind of like don't really achieve anything. It smokes us in return, also it's rocks. So I might go Swampert because it can sort of take most of what it can do. Okay, so it's set rocks. But now we threaten it with a Scald. We can set up our own rocks, which sort of just neutralizes his rocks. We can Earthquake, anything that can really easily possibly Air Balloon on Zero Aura or Levitate on the Bronzong. But judging by the fact that he's got a Drill and an Energy Slash, I'm going to say that it's Heat Proof. So I might just set my own rocks. He's going to Quake. Now, he doesn't have a defogger, so I'm going to assume that this is Rapid Spin. So with that being said, I'm going to Dragapult. And there it is. I don't think he can OHKO me, so I'm going to Dragon Dance. Then we can Phantom Force. Really have a switch in for that. Yeah, and say Sash, and that's sort of why I didn't want to just hit it off the bat with Weavile. And now with Weavile, we can just, that wasn't my shot. I mean, with the Education Conqueror, I feel like he kind of wants the Trick Room. So I'm actually gonna. Okay, Gyro Ball, that's nice, that's nice. So a physically defensive Pulseless is our main physical wall. Swampert is to a point because of its typing, but it is actually Spadef orientated. So we're gonna default now that he's lost his Rock Setter. Yeah, and Trick Room, and he's gonna try and bring in possibly Explosion. I think this is Explosion. So actually just gonna U-turn. That was silly on Explosion. That's dumb. Should have roosted. Should have roosted. Like, I literally predicted the explosion. That's fine, that's fine. That could be option is just a roost. And a roost more than you can do damage on the guts. Yeah, okay, so now you can do some damage. Yeah, at least roosting it off stalls your drop room turns. Oh, and with liver. Mandibles is such a boss. Mandibles is just so good. I will die to this though. I kind of need it though. Did she go Sloking? That. And he might go Dark. I don't really need this though. I'm just gonna see, yeah, knock off. That was marked. This guy's good, mainly because of its like lower defenses and shit because of close combat. But it's also good against Zero and Edgy. Shadow Sneak. Oh, Shadow Ball. Weavile just because it gives us some kind of priority. What do we need? I mean, surely it has Make Punch, no? Yeah. It's done what, 20? So we can live that, we can roost that off. Allows us to bring Swampert back in. Can we let it Make Punch though? Still we should. It's faster than us. Okay, so something like Conqueror was a big problem for this team. Good thing it's not that common. This game. That's way too much damage to this team. Like, so Scald's generally our biggest, like our best threat here. Does big damage to Heat Rain, possible burn on Rilla or Buy Shot, which would be big for us. What the fuck? Okay. We're using Power Herb Solar Beam Heat Rain now. Apparently. Thought he was going to buy shot by now, but no, he seems content on just clicking buttons. And yeah, he done some damage off the bat, but he didn't really like achieve anything. So he's obviously going to go for a Classic Glide here. brainless stuff. There's no foresight whatsoever. Pretty easy Magma Storm, really. Obviously goes to slow cannon. Keep in mind we are Spadif Hernan, so like he wants to launch a future sight, which is normally what they do, or a scald, like we're living that. So what we do is we taunt to try and prevent the teleport to get out straight away. So they launched the future sight, which is fine because Hernan resists that. With steel typing, Spadif is not doing a lot of damage. We've got leftovers, we're actually gaining health off his grassy train as well. We've taunted him so he can't future sight. I mean, he can't teleport as well. He can't switch out because of Magma Storm, he's trapped. So now we can Toxic him. And like, you know, that's pretty good for a super effective hit. The health we're getting back. Now we basically just Earth Power. All he can do is just Scald. Okay, so he gets a crit. And even then we're still in pretty decent shape, really. Like after the Magma Storm and the Toxic, the Spadif drop off the last Earth Power. And that's like, that's his special wall gone, basically. And we're still at 32% against, you know, fire against water. Rocks or Earthquake. I mean, to me that's Mandibuzz every time. Yeah, simple. Bishops is only swap in there. So I think a U-turn. So your Stealth Rocks, it's fine. Evo. Only thing that resists is Bishop. He's probably going to swap out with the Ice Shard or the Icicle, the Ice move basically. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to low kick. Goodbye. Like here, like there was an obvious switch in because Lando, Dragapult, and Rillaboom all just don't want to switch into a Weavile. Like none of them do. Like they're just even without a band or a life orb, they're just Weaviles. Look at this. Dude's well over 300 is jolly without a band. So you don't want to be switching into that if you're weak to any of his moves. That's why Weavile's so good. Like, Weavile is such a good Pokemon. Like it's frail, but like it's hard to swap into that. And he's got to go with that, hoping that I'm banded. Yeah, damn straight, it's a good game. You play well though. I like that team. I like his team. His team's got great synergy. You can't even deny that. Like now I'm free to just do whatever really. Like Ice Beam, Rillaboom, Dragapult, and Landorus. Bye bye. Didn't even need the crit. In saying that though, he put is a good team. Do this for regen's sake. You can never underestimate it, you know. Because it looks like it's like a foregone conclusion. Doesn't mean you just assume that and stop paying attention. That's not what we're about. Look at that U-turn on the Rillaboom switch in. I mean, felt like it the same thing. Basically, Evo just comes in with banded ice shards and wins. Yeah, he knew a long time ago. Good games, though. Good games. Good games. Okay, quite a balanced team here, for sure. I feel like Heatran is a good lead. Was this most common leads, in my opinion, would be Thorn or Fable. Yeah, Rock Setter, Teleport. So I'm gonna taunt him. Stops him from rocks. Stops him from teleport. Yeah. And then Magma Storm, so if he wants to stay in, thinking that I'll switch and trap him. Fable can't really touch Hernan. Okay, so we don't really want to stay on a Feeny because it can trap and remove us, or it can just do good damage. Even though it's Spadef, there's not a lot we can do. We can't Toxic it because of its terrain. Possibly Taunt to stop the Carmine, but like that set's just not common enough for me to want to do that. So I'm actually going to go to Swamp it because okay, so it's Surf, so it's got leftovers and Surf. It says to me it's somewhat an attacking set. The reason I like Swamp It here is because even if it is a trap set, like a substitute, is very different. Sub and Surf. So what we're gonna do is go Slowking because Slowkingless AV is just such a good mon Spadef wise. We're super effective against it, and we can actually launch a Future Sight and try and Calm Mind up on us. Sub Calm Mind Surf, and I'm going to assume Draining Kiss. Interesting. Because he's going to have to Calm Mind quite, like pretty much to the max to be able to actually get some health back off us. I'll take that. I would take that just to remove that. That's fine. I'll leave it just to try and remove this basically for a Banded Icicle Crash. Actually completely swapped out of it. It's fine. Body Press, Durable, Rocks. I need Dragapult. And she is unfortunate. Hydro Pump Slowking is different. Can't swap out, which is really good. Basically Spideful versus Spideful. Pretty much walling this and he's living. He's hitting Hydro Pumps. So risk it for the biscuit play. Hernan is very good against most of his team. I mean, it takes, you don't really want to be taking like a close combat from his Buzzwole. You don't really be sitting in on like a Feeny, but with Feeny being so low, like it does threaten, it can just come in and start calm winding on top of us and surfing, so he does send in Buzzwole. We're going to go Swamp It just to see what kind of Buzzwole set it is. Okay, this was an Earthquake. It's Life Orbed. So that does tell us a lot. I'm going to flip turn. Okay. Guess we don't do that much damage. That's fine. It's Life Orbed. It does have Ice Punch then. Actually, need Dragapult and Sob because it does have Ice Punch. It pretty much wins. What's its moveset? Doesn't have it. Just gonna hard switch to Hernan. You just hit the Jungle Boost on it, hoping it's not unaware, but it's just not worth it because we can pretty much just come in with Heatran and launch Magma Storms really. Like, yeah, Feeny resists it. that's like the worst case scenario. More damage than I thought it would. And force. I think he could hit a free Dragapult deal with Moonblast. I didn't get that play at all. I think he's just trying to stop Hernan being and switching really. I just want to get rid of that Feeny, to be honest. That's not 100 cards I don't wear. Someone done 38. It's just toxic, really. I could have just got rid of it. That's fine. I mean, Feeny basically wins, to be honest. So I'm just on crazy damage. Yeah, we can't really afford to switch out. Yeah, he just serves. And saying that, now that his Clefable's gone, yeah, I think we just fend with horse. He does have a knockoff option. I'm hoping he goes for like Leech Seed or Thunderwave, so he can just sub on it. There's the Feeny. Now we might be able to kill Ferrothorn. And he inevitably switches in. And he's got a good team. He's got the Feeny, Thorn, Wall, which I actually run myself quite a bit, as well as Buzzwole. It's just a great fat team, really. Yeah, so he comes in for the Iron Barb's damage. Pretty obvious, really. All I really have here is speed and hope, really. I mean, Boswell pretty much wins here. There's no way Weevil's killing that. Boswell's actually an underrated mon in my opinion. Okay, what do we got? We got many possible starts really. I'm thinking. So you could go Como or Weevil or even Garchomp, predicting that I go Heatran on the Shuckle lead because it's so obvious. Still card anyway, just in case he doesn't. So he still goes Shuckle. Or Taunt him. Until it makes sense. Switch out, expecting that. Yeah. Oh, very nice, very nice. Flash fire? Yeah, okay. What does he have with this though? He thought I'd switch then. I go Toxic because he doesn't have anything immune to Toxic, and if he, in case he switches on the first power, yeah, the exact reason. If I go Mandibuzz, like, I would like to taunt him so he can't Dragon Dance any further, but if he just launches an Earthquake, I don't really want to lose Heatran because it's good against a lot of his team. Yeah, it's weak to like Garchomp and Como and even this, but it walls Chandelure, you know, it can threaten Weavile and it shuts down Shuckle. So at least until I can get rid of Shuckle mainly. Yeah, so he DD's on it. And that's the main reason I went to Mandibuzz because I'm pretty sure he can't kill it even at +1. And it just boosts my foul play damage. Yeah, and then does from Toxic. Roost. Okay, so it's sub belly drum. So big belly drums means I can basically just foul play because his attack's so high. I'm not even sure Thunder Punch Oko's. Yeah, Drain Punch definitely didn't. Foul play kills just because you're +6. Like, that's just silly, really. Yeah. You should try to press the issue, really. Like, if you think about it, like that was just silly because I still had a Mandibuzz, which I'm pretty sure you need. I'm not even sure that Thunder Punch Oko's. It could do, but you need at least Thunder Punch to be able to Oko a Fizz Def Mandibuzz. Even at +6 with Como. And then even still, unless you've got like a physical Dragon move, which in my experience I never run on sub belly drum Como, then you pretty much just get screwed by Dragapult. So yeah, he wanted to get rid of those first. Possible lately, no. Okay, so we got possible rocks. I like T-Tar. T-Tar gives him rocks, gives him Sanfazult. He could leave Teeny for U-turn or Trick. And he could also go with Orlando. So I think Weavile isn't a bad option. Knock off for Teeny. low kick for Tita, ice for Lando, does a Wolves Weavile, and it doesn't really want to be launching a physical move with Volcarona in there. I mean, it's a free knockoff. It is the best value on that, to be honest. Okay, so Final Gambit. It's very different. I mean, the Final Gambit itself isn't different, but the team with it is. So to me, Swampert is the next best option here because Volcarona is the only really potential way for him to get rid of Swampert quickly. I mean, it doesn't put a damage, but okay, we got a burn. His defenses have dropped. His leftovers are not dying now, which is really good. So we're going to get rocks up. We like that. He wants to try and launch a counter, so he's trying to go for some real gimmick shit, in my opinion. Which I don't get why he launches a counter when I used Scald. His counter only works on physical moves. I mean, yes, I do have physical moves, but I haven't revealed them as such. That was just a giveaway, in my opinion. He wanted to keep that. Okay, so we're gonna go Mandibuzz. Just because I think Swampet's too good to keep. Defog here. It's fine. I mean, full parrot is annoying, but it's not like it was a fast threat. I won't want that on Weavile at Dragapult, but probably just gonna rocks again. I'm just gonna U-turn. Okay, that's annoying. There's Swampert on the Volbeak. Subdracazalt, that is different. I think I just Earthquake, to be honest. Yeah, I didn't think you could get rid of me from there. I don't want to let him sub again, so I'm actually gonna Scald. Just in case he subbed again. So I'm actually gonna hit and try and bait an Earthquake. Into sub again. I don't really need Mandibuzz. At least not as much as I need the others anyway. And now his sand is gone. So what we can do is Dragapult's faster without a sand up. And it's infiltrator so it can go through sub. And now he'll come into Tita. Okay, he went into Lando. Sure, whatever. I mean, I suppose it makes sense really. He can just sort of spam Earthquake. I think he wins here, to be honest. Tita's, let's say 88, it may as well be full. Yeah, Tita's too full here. I should have kept Swampert around. But Slowking does nothing, so I'm actually gonna get rid of Slowking because, yeah, it doesn't really give me anything. I don't think there's Ogos. Oh, that was beautiful. Why didn't he just go for a move? He may have just given us an out. Okay, so it's got ice beam. Not sure if they're correct method, but I'll take it. We really need this to kill, otherwise it's game. I don't think he should have done that. He may have just given us an out again. Okay, that's why he done it. That makes sense, I suppose. It makes sense. He can come back and intimidate, and it's pretty much game because Hernan can't live that. And I can't Oko, I don't think. At this point, I might as well just darts. It's 100 versus 90 base power. And that's an easy game. And one more. This looks ugly. So basically, yeah, I'll set up the future site combined with Weavile, mainly because Bossy's is for def check. So it's like his best, but you know, between that and Ferroson's his best checks to future sight. Now I've got a physical threat and like banded Weavile, so he basically has to decide what is going to take a whole lot of damage. So he picks Ferroson. I mean, it was his best option with the Iron Barb's Rocky Helmet combo. And we can watch Magma Storm. He doesn't stand to that. So do it to our Bossy. And then what we do is this Spitty Force. What we want to do is we want to taunt it, so I can't teleport out. So now it's trapped because it can't teleport, it can't wish, it can't do any. Basically, all it can do is Seismic Toss at this point. Can't switch out because of Magma Storm. And now we can Toxic it. Normally, you wouldn't even want to Toxic like a Bliss or a Chansey because of Natural Cure, but if you can trap it and keep it in with like Magma Storm and something like that, then it's generally pretty good value. And now all I can do is Seismic Toss basically. Just keep it taunted while it's trapped, and taking big damage from Storm and Toxic. That's pretty much all he can do is just keep seismic tossing, really. Now he's free from Hailstorm, so he probably will switch just to cure that. And I think he would go to Toxapex. But we will Mangle Storm anyway, just so whatever he comes into is going to take damage and get trapped as well. So that's dead. That's great value. To take out Orlando was the Heat Rain and do good damage to his Spadef wall was a special attacking mon. I think I'm going to launch a Toxic because he wants to get rid of rocks. That's unfortunate. So I feel like he wants to try and switch to either Thorn or Pex on the Toxic because he really doesn't want to take a Toxic on Mandibuzz. So with that in mind, okay, that's very, very unfortunate, but that's fine. That's fine. We just launch again. We trap again. And Scold, but it's not going to do a great deal due to being Spadef invested. Now we can Burst Power away. Okay, so he's going to recover spam, that's fine. So all we do is just taunt him. Surprised he actually done that, knowing that I have taunt. But that's fine. And this is why Heat Rain is just so good, like against bulky teams and stall teams. You can just between this and Feeding, you can just trap and remove so well. I might grab one more. We're still only mid-ladder guys, but that's fine. We're still trying to see what we can do with this team. I've only just recently built it. Seems like we have a very unique looking rain team. So naturally you predict Caliber to be the lead. Got Swampert in the back to protect from electric attacks. I mean, normally I'd say, normally I would try and lead Dragapult just because it can sort of sub on Caliper quite easily. The Bisharp in the back makes it a little bit tricky because it resists both Dragon and Ghost. Pelipper's should be faster than Swampert. So what I might actually do is I might lead Swampert. If he tries a U-turn, Scooter is no joke in the rain. I almost want to Scald. I feel like he wants to U-turn to either. I feel like he wants to U-turn to Scooter. I'm gonna Scald. He Scalded himself. It's fine. If I've threatened him enough, I might put my own rocks up now. Now he U-turns. Clever. I hate this part of the ladder because you can never tell whether they know what they're up to or not. You don't just run Surf instead of Hydro Pump, to be honest. Silly, see? You could have had so much more value out of Surf right now. Well, he's just missed 3 Hydro Pumps in a row. And now he's frozen. Like, he wants to throw his computer against the wall. He goes to Bisharp on the future site. No, he stays in. Fuck me, right? Yeah, pretty much. Oh, look at that. Just to get burned. That's just rude. Pretty much, bro. Like, you might as well just stop. Just stop, eh? Right. So it's this point that you want to assess what's the most value to you. Like, Scooter in the rain is pretty much always going to be banded. Like, he looks at my team, he can pretty much just click liquidation. And even, like, the only thing that's not dying is Dragapult, maybe Mandibuzz. But he will, like, even Dragapult, he will still move first because of rain the next turn. So I'm actually going to go Mandibuzz. Yeah, like, look at that, that's crazy damage. So I'm going to Roost. Yep. And now you have no more rain. No, I feel like you go Bioshock. Not as much. Barraskewda's broken and raining. I'll give him Slowkin. Remember, Dragapult can live in liquidation in the rain. So just launch a Dragon Dance. Let's see what he does. So that's good. So that's basically removed our main Dragapult threat. So I feel like I'm gonna give him Heatran because Heatran just, we don't have any value from Heatran right now. Yeah, that makes sense for him. I wouldn't he, but Heatran just like does nothing against what he's got left. Another Bioshock's gone, we just don't need it anymore. Because this is our main problem. But we just stole Black Glasses off his Bioshock. So Knockoff is doing great right now. Okay. That was very surprising. This game will be over, he reckons. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Right reason. He's complaining about missing a move that's 85% accurate when he could run Surf, which is 100%. Oh, and he tried to bring Scooter in, but was subbed. What are you gonna do? Flip turn? Doesn't matter. I'm taking something. Oh, you got a crit. How cute. I got some hurt, so we can't really love that, to be honest. Shows how good Sompet is bulky, really. Of course. What we're gonna do is we're gonna sub here and hope that Thunderers can't break our sub, basically. Okay, it can. What we can do is sub on Thunder until the rain runs out. Just one more turn. Oh, there we go. There we go. There it is. Oh, he's going for broke now. You forget about Dragon Dance. Goodbye. Don't even try and do that shit on PKS, boy. Get greedy. Nah, bro. You don't bring that shit around here. And this, my friends, is why. Sub DD Dragapult. Fiction. The best Dragapult set there is. Don't at me. Right, last one. Last one. Last one for today. Keep in mind, guys, I am going to be getting a capture card in the next couple of weeks, so we can do some VGC on the Switch streaming, because that is actually my main format. So stay tuned for that. We'll be doing some ranked, we'll be doing some Clan Wars Facebook battles, hopefully doing some Players Cup battles if there's some more Players Cup qualifiers. I did qualify for 2 and 3, so hopefully we can push towards that goal. Eventually I would like to get into the WBE doubles draft with A Drive. That is a mid to long term goal. So we will see what we can do. Not too sure what the goal is with this team. I guess Hadrian to set Trick Room. Doesn't look like he's got a rock setter of sorts. So I'm just gonna launch. Okay, that's true. So U-turn? Yeah, very different. Very unique team composition. Yeah, there's some bulk. For a Spadifmon, there's some bulk. So I'm toxic on the Dragon Dance. He's straight went for the Earthquake. Like a psychopath. really don't get that play, eh? Weaver gives us too much value. The buzz is always switching. I like to swamp it. Oh, I hate this Pokemon, man. You basically got a choice to make at this point. I mean, Umbreon's the obvious one. How's he got Aquajet? Pretty sure you don't die from Aquajet. And for the cursed body, I guess. That's what all he had, really. I don't know why he didn't just go Umbreon. I mean, if nothing else, it's a perfect showcase for why sub DD Pult is so good. It just takes you from being on the back foot to making people click X, basically. Such a good mon. But anyway, that's all for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed my wee brief showcase of sub DD Pult, one of my favourite sets of Gen 8. Stay tuned for more. Hopefully get some VGC in the next couple of weeks on Switch, and a wee bit more showdown on OU and NetDex. Cheers for tuning in with us. See you next time.